Hey Hero fans, so it came in the mail today. I got my Hero action figure and he looks pretty cool. Kind of excited about opening this up and seeing basically what this figure is all about. Now, as you guys know, I've mentioned before, I've wanted this figure for a really long time. Super 7 did give us one right here, and then my friend Steve also made a really cool custom before that, and I have a whole video about that, so I'm not going to go into all those details this time. But before we jump into this figure, last time I did not talk about classics, so let's talk about classics for a minute. So here is the classics Hero, and he did not come chrome plated. Now my friend Steve that made that cool custom, he did make a chrome version of Hero, or a back plate metal, whatever you call it. But anyway, when you bought this Hero, it came in two different versions. You had the regular, ordinary version, and then you had the Comic-Con version. Now the Comic-Con version, maybe it was PowerCon, I don't know, something like that. It had a small little sticker on his chest underneath his armor. One of these is the PowerCon version, one is the regular one. All the PowerCon versions came with the green crystal. You're like, green crystal? Aren't they all green? No, they are not. They also had a red crystal and a purple crystal. So depending on which one you got, you would not know until you opened them because they came closed like that. Now, it was funny because we got these from Matty Collectors, so nobody knew what they had. But there were some smart guys that figured out if you took a light and shined it through the box and looked, you could see the glow of the color through the cracks if you looked very carefully. Now, they made as many green ones as they made red and purple together. So there was twice as many greens as there was red and purple. And again, all the Comic-Con ones came with green, and then you randomly got the purple and red. You're like, but why three different colors? Why? Why, Hero? Why? Let me explain why. Let me switch my light out. That one was dying. It's dying. So they had a storyline that happened just to print up a few minutes ago, that the three different ones each had a different power to them. So the green one was protection, the red was defense, and the purple was healing. So protection is like a giant bubble. You can think of like Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four, and it is a preemptive type of thing that you do. Defense is after it happens, it's reactive. So if someone's shooting at you or something else, you can put up a quick shield, defend, or whatever else. So I always think of defense. It could also be something to attack. I don't know why they didn't call it attack, but what the heck. And the last one is healing. Kind of like when you're playing League of Legends, you have that one person that runs around healing everybody. So those are the three different ones and what they were and what they were called. So it called it Spell of Protection, Spell of Defense, Spell of Healing, and that was it. So I used to pretend that he would have to figure out ahead of time before he left on his mission which one he was going to grab in order to head out and do his task and mission correctly. Then as time went on, I thought, you know what, it's kind of lame because really you're not going to know you're going to need protection, defense, or healing. So I started pretending like the color would change depending on what he needed. And so it was just one, but it would just change the color. Which, you think about it, if they were to make this with a LED light, you could have it change colors. How cool would that be? Push a little button in red and purple and green, and that would be really cool. I also have a glow-in-the-dark custom version that my friend Steve made. The same guy who made the cool Hero custom also made a glow-in-the-dark one for me. Let's see if I can charge it up. Probably not going to work because it's pretty light in here, but let's see if we can. You can see it's already glowing green from this light here. So let me give this thing a good charge, and we'll bring it to the camera and kind of block the light around it. See if you guys can't see it. Ooh, look at that thing glow. It's a bummer by the time I bring it up, it's super blurry now, but anyway, you guys get the idea. So I like my extra custom glow one. All right, well now it is time to move on to the figure we're here for, and that is the brand new Hero that we have wanted. And let's check him out. He comes in this giant box. Well, it's not giant, but this cool box. Now, he did come in a secondary box right here. He was sent this shipping box in another box, and you can see the contents. It shows Hero and his staff. And they also had him coated in tissue paper, but I pulled it off so I can make my screenshots for the thumbnail you guys use to click on this. Now, one thing I did find, because of the tissue paper, this top piece was kind of folded down because of the pressure of the tissue paper. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but not too bad. But it does cause a little crease across the back. You can see it there where the light's shining, where it causes that crease. And here's the back of the box. And it shows we have that giant Minotaur with the 4 arms. And somebody last video said they should call it Minotaur. Like Skeletor, Minotaur. I'm like, that's kind of a cool name. Minotaur. The 4-armed beast. Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this up. You can only buy this as a Club Grayskull member. So you have to pay the extra $10 for the Club Grayskull. So that's a pretty easy box to open. Oop, oop, oop. Everything's fought in. I'm guessing in here is where we have our magical staff. And I'm assuming all of these are going to be green, because that's what the original toy was going to be, kind of a whitish green. Is there a button to push? Does it pull down? Do you stab it? I don't want to break it yet. Oh, I don't want to break it at all. There's got to be something. So I just don't want to pull it down. Okay, before I get too crazy with this, I am just going to look on the back of the box, the side of the box, and see if we have something that says, here's how you use the staff, because I really don't want to break it. Nothing. No directions. So we have this cool kind of thing that they showed in the video. Some kind of weird table thing where you can sit your staff on there. Ooh, okay, let's get this thing open. Feels like it's spring-loaded. Oh, I really don't want to break this. Push up, push down, twist, push in. Nope. Okay, here we go. I'm just going for the gusto. Okay, I guess you just pop them open. And because they're kind of squarish or something, they do kind of pop like that. Now, it's funny, when I first saw this a long time ago, this style, back in, I don't know, I think it was 2000s when I first saw it, maybe 90s. I thought it was like one of those toys that you spin, that you take and you spin it really fast, like, and as you spun it, the springs would open up and you would see it, and then when you stop spinning it, it would close back up. I don't know if you guys ever seen those toys before where you take and I think you like push a button or something. As you push it, it spins, and the spinning action forces these to open up. That's how I thought they were going to make it. And then when it stopped spinning, then it would close back up automatically. So that's what I imagine the original one was probably going to be with these weird spoons thing, because it does remind me of one of those things we've seen in the 80s, those little toys that would have these sides pop up. Now, I do have to admit, this one is made a whole lot better than this one here, which this one's kind of cool because when you press it, they all close on you, which is kind of funny. It's very sharp. Sharp, 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 sharp. So this one actually has a little action feature to it. This one has none. You just open it, and there it goes. Dun-da-da. All right. With that, let's go ahead and open up Hero. Now, he does come with a comic, Hero's Journey. Now, what's funny is we were watching the Matty Mattel collector reveal video, and they kept calling him Hero instead of Hero instead of Hero. Now, I know it sounds very similar. You have he-ro and hero. Now, if it's hero, it would have an R here and a dash between the O's. And then it would be, you know, hero. But it's supposed to be hero. Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. Nobody will care after today. So here is the figures comic. And it shows him first as Dare. Dare! And he holds out his thing and says, I guess his name is Ro here. Ro grasped the light side of the staff, and a presence appeared in the spirit of Grayskull. Who are you? Oh, as Eldor. And he does all this stuff, reads the book, and then becomes hero eventually. What? That scares me. They show Mossman here. That scares me a lot because I know that in this Club Grayskull line, or whatever it's called, what do they call it? Yeah, Club Grayskull. They said there's going to be 3 Pre-Eternia figures. I really hope that this is not the 3rd Pre-Eternia figure. I really want Shirella. So I did make my own custom Dare before he's hero. A long time ago. Actually, what do they call him in the book? Let's find out. Dun dun dun. Oh, that's right. They call him Ro. I found you in the caverns. You must now make a choice. Anyway, so there is the hero before he becomes hero. I'll put him back over there. And let's get him out of here. Now, as you guys know, whenever I have capes, I always like to cut the back of the box to let it out easier. I kind of hate doing this though, being it's a resealed one. But I really don't want that cape ruined. His foot is stuck. There we go. And let's check, do they have things for his arms? Nope. And squish the cape. Pop his head out. Now it's funny, I thought this was cloth goods, but it's actually plastic. That's surprising. I thought it was going to be cloth goods on that cape. They do have some weird plastic thing to protect it from getting ruined. Good job, Mattel. They had lots of extra plastic for protection. And there he is. You know, it's so weird. It just feels surreal to hold this figure because I just feel like I have the original 80s prototype in my hand. And I know it's not, obviously, but knowing this was made by Mattel. By Mattel. Uh-oh, my guy's knee's ready to break, I think. No! That is not good. I'm gonna have to heat it up with water. Looks like someone might even, maybe I might even bent it just now trying to get it out of there. But that is nix sehr gut. Oh, there we go. I got it to bend. I definitely have a gap going on. I'm gonna have to take and fix that gap in that knee before it ends up breaking. So let's go ahead and talk about articulation. We have ankle articulation, we have a boot cut, we have knee joints, we have hip, waist, shoulder, elbow, and then, of course, his hand moves as well. What happened to his thumb? It's just me, or does his thumb look short on that side? Weird. All right. And then, of course, he has a cape and his head moves. So there is the articulation. And then he holds this staff in his hand. Maybe that's why his hand's shaped like that, to hold the staff better. Just seems weird. It's not like a regular... Where's Flea Man? I'll just take this wrestling guy. You can see their hands are a lot different than his little pudgy fingers. I'm going to have to swap these hands out for better hands. Is it stuck on there? Do the hands not come off? Oh well. He's definitely getting doused with hot water later so I can figure out his knee joints and hand wash them. Anyway, very cool. I am so glad I picked this up. It is an awesome looking figure. But Mattel, we need Shirella. Please get us Shirella. We want her. She needs to be a figure that is in this line for both Masterverse and Origins. Shirella, and I'll have a whole video on Shirella coming up soon. Of course, this one's way too tall for him. All right, so what I want to know from you guys is, was this worth it? I mean, I do really like the chrome. I mean, look how bright this one is in comparison. This chrome looks like a cheap toy chrome from Super 7, but this one, I just love the darkness in it. It's so much cooler. It just doesn't have that cheap effect. It just looks like it's legit. So cool. All right. Anyway, that is all that I have for now. I'm sure I'll make more videos about this figure and other pre-Eternia stuff. So until next time, good journey. Good journey. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.